Right, welcome back to my NXT review. It is kicking off. It has started with a bang. People fighting in the ring already. I haven't even been able to record my intro yet. Bastards are ruining that for me. But before we get into it, thank you guys ever so much for all the support you've done for me over the past few weeks. It has been immense for the amount of love. Thank you guys ever so much. Everyone that keeps returning, don't forget, go and like this video. Make sure you subscribe to more content coming forward to you. And let's get into the triple threat tag team match for the NXT tag team titles. Gallus versus the Creeds versus Schism. Let's get into it. As Booker T says, yeah. Right, just finished our first match. You're coming with me to the kitchen because I need a drink. So I thought it'd be better to record this way. So we just finished our first match between the triple threat tag team match. I have to say it was a good match. It was the Creed brothers really improved so much over the years as well. They're superb tag teams, individually as well. They are brilliant as well. So I've got nothing against that. I didn't like the finish. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't really like Gallus. There's just something about them I don't like, not as in, oh, you don't like them because of for a reason. If I hate someone, I hate them. But these guys just are not it. It's just not it. And I just don't feel we're getting the best out of them. Yeah, Schism losing again. Didn't pick up the loss though. Big because of all the talk that they were handed in. They wanted to be released, and it was, but it wasn't, but it was, but it wasn't. Time talking about it. So interesting time for them where they go moving forward. I did like the way that they fell and got her, and then they did the finisher, but then didn't pin him. Like, you don't walk away from that, not in any circumstances. I don't care who it is. You go and see them in the end when you hold that title. That just seemed a bit pointless in my opinion. But yeah, overall, I thought that was really good. On to the next one. A Baba-Booey. Right, just finished watching Noam Dar's NXT debut. And it's just classic Noam Dar, brilliantly in the ring, punished the opponent and finished them off. I don't think there's anything more to say about Noam Dar, that he is a star. He is a future star as well. He can easily go into that main roster and can easily do work with most of them on there. And for him to have that NXT UK Heritage Cup, they're not going to say UK anymore because it doesn't exist, but NXT Heritage Cup, it just goes to show that they're going to push that side of it a lot more, which I'm very excited for. Yeah, let's see how it goes. I think it's a great win for him, great momentum to have to push him forward. And at the moment, NXT is NXT Scotland, with Noam Dar winning and the Gallus retaining their titles. So let's see how the rest of it goes. It's looking good, NXT so far. Very impressed. Right, so I'm currently watching Roxanne Perez versus Zoe Stark, but before I get into that, because I know I'll forget, I was going to put it into this video, that next week will be Bron Breakker versus Chase Hughes, Andre Chase, in a match after Bron Breakker speared Odyssey Jones out of his boots. I'm loving this new Bron Breakker, by the way. The attitude, everything about it is really getting, I really like this. So I'm loving what I'm seeing so far from Bron Breakker, brilliant. And also Pretty Deadly, who I really love as well, who I think are amazing. I've challenged the Paisanos to an anything goes street fight. So that's going to be interesting as well. I thought that was really good. Right, I'm just now about to cut it to my review of Roxanne Perez versus Zoe Stark, baby. Right, just finished watching Zoe Stark versus Roxanne Perez, and I have to say, Roxanne Perez in that ring is brilliant. The mic work will improve as she gets more and more into it, but she is destined for that main roster. and destined to win and do. I think she could be the one that dethrones Bianca Belair on Raw, if I'm being totally honest. I think she's brilliant. I think she's excellent. I think she's got a massive future. I know she wants to go after Indy Hartwell as a rematch, and Indy's just walking out to the ring now. So I presume we're going to get that very, very soon. Yeah, loved it. Thought it was brilliant. Roxanne Perez is my favourite. Right, I was going to go on to the next segment, but Indy Hartwell, as I said, come out to the ring, said that she wants to let Roxanne Perez have her rematch for a title she never got pinned for or never lost, in her opinion, and she wants to be a fighting champion. So she gave an open letter offer saying, I want to face you. As they were about to shake on it, Tiffany Stratton come out and said that she is the one that is beatable. Indy Hartwell is beatable, that she can beat her. And Roxanne Perez said, and Tiffany said that she could beat Roxanne Perez. Roxanne Perez says, well, you never beat me in the breakout style. So I'm not that beatable. Next week in NXT Spring Breaking, it looks like it's going to be a triple threat match for the NXT Women's title. By God, this is going to be epic. I don't think Roxanne, I'm going to make a prediction now. I don't think Roxanne Perez is going to take the pin. I think Tiffany's there to take the pin and Indy's going to win, my opinion, because then when Roxanne Perez goes up, she could say she never lost the title, she deserves a title shot. And that's how I think they're going to do it, in my opinion. Right, so just finished watching Roxanne Perez versus Gigi Dolan, and I have to say, it was an okay match, good match. Gigi is a very good competitor. And I was watching the Tom Colohue show, and according to him and his sources, they are saying Vince McMahon is very high on Gigi Dolan going forward, and he might want to push her and trigger her to the main roster quicker than most women and Roxanne Perez as well. So that's going to be a good match. And with the interference and her losing, and then Gigi threw her into Booker T. Hopefully we get a new commentator, because Booker is doing my fucking head in. Oh God, how? Yeah. Back to the match. Good match. Cora Jade wins, picks up the W. Very good win for her. Very impressive. And then next week at Spring Break, and she has a match against, I think her name's Valkyrie. She is from NXT UK. I remember seeing her and watching her from there. So another Scottish woman that's going to go after it and go for it as well. But I see Cora picking up the NXT Women's title quite soon. So I went into this match going, what is the point of Apollo Crews? He's gone back to NXT and he hasn't done much. He had that thing with Bron Breakker and it didn't really help him in any way. Excuse me, it's very early in the morning. Yeah, didn't really do much. Didn't really expect much from him. Yeah, and I'm very surprised. I know Apollo Crews is great in the ring. We know that. We know he can do that. We know Dijak is brilliant in the ring. But that match was brilliant. That match was great. I really enjoyed that match. And now we've got the North American title match. This is going to be good. Two completely different styles of wrestling. I'm looking forward to watching this. Let's get into it. Also, that was a brilliant promo about Gigi when she was walking out as well. Love it. I can't remember her name. It is that bad. I'm still trying to learn as well. But yes, is someone trying to learn? This whole thing is me trying to learn and giving my honest review of it all. Wesley is just phenomenal. Just finished watching the match. And for him to come over two people with completely different, he just got attacked. And while I'm talking by Drew Gulak. But I have to say, Wesley is just something else. And the way he can change his style to meet other people, and the way he goes, the way he sort of changes everything to go up against everyone else. He's currently getting absolutely demolished in the ring by Gulak and the William Regal wannabe in the ring. So It is something that I can see Wesley. He's close to defending the title the most times than ever in North American title history. I could see him breaking that, and I could see him going after the NXT title, and I could see him going to the main roster. Even if it's not for titles, he could be someone that you could put in the ring with against like a Baron Corbin or someone like a Dolph Ziggler, Chad Gable, those type of things, where if you just need someone to slot in a match and just put in an absolute great match for the fans in attendance, Seth Rollins, The Miz, that type of thing, for just to show the fans to get out of their seat most of the time, I think he could do a really great job in that. It doesn't need a title to start off with. It could just be one of those guys that just puts on great shows and shows what he can do on Raw or SmackDown, and then go from there. But yeah, I would like to see him on Raw. There's more time for him to do what he needs to do on Raw than there would be for SmackDown. So yeah, that's my personal opinion. Thought it was a great match, and we'll just see how that North American title goes from here. But yes, I think we're about to go into the main event, and I think it's going to be the Grayson Waller effect, talking with Carmelo Hayes. Right, just finished watching the end promo between Grayson Waller and Carmelo Hayes, and I have to say, these two are probably some of the best talkers in NXT today. They can go toe-to-toe with anyone in that roster. Not only do they go toe-to-toe with anyone in that roster, they went toe-to-toe with each other. And I thought it was a great way to build up to next week's match. Hayes saying he's not the big-time player to Waller, he's never had a title, won't ever win one. And that Waller coming back saying the only way you've got it is because of the old bloke next to him. So it's interesting to see where they go with this and what they do moving forward, how they finish. I still will predict a Carmelo Hayes win, and I do predict that this is Waller's farewell match before he gets put into the draft to go up to the main roster. That is my pick for that. I am intrigued at how they do this and where they go with it and what they do moving forward. But yeah, very happy with that. Overall review, I thought it was a great match. Great show. I thought top to bottom, I thought it was brilliant. All the matches on there tonight, there's something about them. Something felt good about it. Everything felt needed had a purpose behind it. It wasn't just shoving people in the way of shoving things just to try and get people in the spotlight. Noam Dar, first time on NXT again, proving why he is the Heritage Champion. The triple threat tag team match I thought was great. Didn't agree with the finish or how it was finished, but a great way of doing it. The North American title, thought it was brilliant. Great way. It just shows Wesley can do work all types of people in that ring, and shows that he is going to be a big time player in the future. Gigi Dolan still in the show with what she can do with Cora Jade. Cora Jade next week fighting as well. I'm looking over here so I can make sure I can get all of it. Roxanne Perez winning against Zoe Stark in a great win, and going into a triple threat women's title match next week on NXT. And that Apollo Crews match as well was absolutely fire as well. I thought that was brilliant. And Dijak and Dragunov going at it with each other as well. So that was superb as well. Overall, amazing show, great show. Another great week of NXT, another great week of wrestling. So yes, that for me, really excited for next week for NXT Spring Breaking. And then we've got Bron Breakker as well. That's going to snap everyone in half next week. But yes, thank you guys ever so much for joining. Thank you guys for ever being here. Thank you for watching this. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms. The link to that is in the description down below. Don't forget to give us a like and follow on all those as well for more content coming your way. But again, thank you guys ever so much. And I will see you guys on Saturday for my Friday night SmackDown review. Peace.